So since Miss Rachel's wanting to teach my first period class tomorrow, I'm going to do a little bit more so I can free up some time for her. So here's 13, which is going to be a challenging question. Uh, I notice this, and I have an X value of 8 and a Y value of 13.5. So when I see text like that, I see ordered pairs. I happen to have an ordered pair. That's 8 and 13,500. Now, if I increase by $1, I lose 500, which also gives me the ordered pair 9, 13,500. And I can work my way backwards too. I can get all the way to the y-intercept b, or I can find the slope. The slope is going to be, I'm sorry, that should be 13,000. I lose a person. But anyways, if I have ordered pairs, I can write an equation here. You see how they talk about losing 500 each month? That's a linear relationship. I lose 500. My slope is negative 500. It's linear. I can also just do the formula for slope. 13.5 minus 13,000 is 500 over 8 minus 9, which is negative 1, but the slope's given. Point slope form is going to come into play, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I'm going to pick on the 8, 13.5 pair. Y minus 13,500 is negative 500 times x minus 8. Kick in the distributive property. I know you know it. You love it. Negative 500x plus 4,000, because that's what 500 times 8 is. I'm going to add 13.5 to both sides, and I'm going to get 1750 on the, sorry, 17.5 on the right. Now, this particular equation right here, this is an equation that represents the change in the number of customers. By adding or taking away $1. Turns out if you give everything away, they're only going to have 17,500 customers. But who's going to give away stuff, right? All right, from economics, basic economics, revenue is the quantity sold times the price. And X represents the price increase. Well, we're just going to let X be the price because it can start at $0, then you increment, okay? So the quantity sold here is this is revenue as a function of X, by the way. The quantity sold here is the function negative 500 plus X, I cannot talk, plus 17,500 times the price X. And then, of course, you all have heard of standard form. We distribute the X, negative 500X to the second, plus 17,500X. Now, it talks about what price maximizes revenue. This is a quadratic, kids. X to the second, and I don't know why this is so hard, is a quadratic. Maybe you should write this down. All right? It's got a negative symbol. It's going to go up, and it's going to go down. And right here, this little guy right there, which we call what? What do you call that point? You call it the vertex, is the max, okay? Now, how do you find the vertex? The x-coordinate of the vertex, x subscript v, is and always will be for a quadratic equation, opposite b over twice a. So if I'm looking up here, I see I've got a negative of 17.5. I'm going to make it negative 17,500 divided by twice a negative 500. All right, cool. That's going to be negative over a negative. It's going to be positive. It's going to be 17,500 divided by 1,000, which is going to be 17.5. Seems right. So X is 17.5, and this is dollars, by the way. That is the price that maximizes revenue. You lose some people, but you're charging more. You're gaining more because there's so many thousands of members. And I've closed it, but I was playing around with it in WabbitEmu, which is my emulator. it actually has to round the number, but there's your maximum revenue, $153,125. And I verified that by just plugging in numbers and doing it by hand without algebra. Let's see. I don't want to do 15. I don't want to do 17. I want you guys to do some trig on your own. This was not in your notes. I don't know why this wasn't in your notes. But a polynomial has positive integer exponents. That's the deal, polynomial, if I can spell polynomial. Has positive integer exponents. And I see that x to the negative first. That is not a positive integer. Apparently I'm ready to go. So it's not a polynomial. I don't know why I left it off your notes. So let's see here. What am I leaving for you? I'm leaving 2 problems there. 2 there, that's 4. 5, you can do 9 by looking at 11. 6 problems. 7, and that's a big one. 8, I've done over half your homework. Because 17 minus 8 is what, 9? So I've done 9 of 17 problems, and a lot of them are easy. And we need to hurry up tomorrow so that Rachel can teach. All right, so there's that.